And with that, hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman, and welcome to Let's Play Kirby's Adventure. This is the famous Kirby of Dreamland. Right or left makes Kirby walk or dash. Press the A button and Kirby can jump. This is just kind of a tutorial here that can kind of go over a bunch of things here. I'm gonna skip over that because we'll probably go through most of this here, but yeah, this is Kirby's Adventure here. This right here is one of my favorite platformers for the NES and one of my favorite Kirby games, period. With all that being said, let's, I guess, kind of go ahead and get started with this one here. Not really any sort of, like, prologue or anything to kind of get going here. This game just kicks off and goes straight in here. Level 1 is Vegetable Valley. So yeah, kind of just starts off here. We only really have one level we can go to right off the bat here. So let's kind of go ahead and get things started. Right off the bat, compared to Dreamland 1, we have a dash, which is so much nicer. We also have probably the most defining thing about Kirby was introduced in this game, other than his adorable, cute pink self. His copy ability was introduced here. If you see an enemy that looks like it's using a specific type of attack, you can copy it there. I'll go through the abilities kind of as they come up here, but yeah. You can inhale with B, and if you press down, you can suck up their abilities, and that's pretty much that there. So yeah, Kirby's Adventure, pretty standard affair. This is where I think the Kirby series really started finding its footing here. There is something I can show off here. I think I'll do this in a minute here, because it's kind of a little obscure here. This is kind of a weird time to mention this, like, right off the beginning here. I'll mention this a bit later in the project, but I actually used to speedrun this game, like, a while back. Like, not for too long, really. I kind of only did it for, like, one marathon. This is kind of the end of the level here. You just kind of go through the door, time your jump there, and barely miss out on the top spot there because of reasons. Every time you beat a level here, you open up more of the overworld here. And yeah, there is one other secret I want to show off in this first level, though. In this room, just over by this waterfall here, there's a bit of a secret here. You may not notice this at all. It's very hard to. There's a secret door right here. And in here, you can actually find the fabled UFO ability. This ability is very rare, but it is one of the best abilities in the game. It is incredibly fast, does a lot of damage, and whatnot, but it does have some drawbacks, because normally, you kind of can't take it out of the level that it's in here. But, and there's me getting the goal there. If you get to the number 1 there in the goal, and speaking of UFO, we get to see it at the top here as well, we get a 1-up for doing that. Very simple and fun about that. This here is Crane Fever. Use the buttons to move the crane and try and get Kirby. A big one's hard to get, but worth it. Get 2 tries at this here. Don't think that's gonna be. I might grab him there. I don't know if I was accurate on that or not there. Oh, yep, I totally got him. Let's try and get the big guy again here. The big guy's worth. If you get the small one, you get a 1-up for this, and if you get the big guy, you get 2 1-ups here. I don't usually find myself going for this every time. If I do, oh yeah, I messed up there. I used to be good at this, but I haven't done it in a while. But we get a big guy, so we get 2 extra lives for that anyway. I don't find myself going for this too often, because the doors usually kind of close themselves off anyway, so yeah. This level also kind of has a bit of a secret I'll want to show off there. And I think I might be able to show this one off here just from the beginning here. I don't think I actually have to finish this level here. So, normally this Warp Star here, you'd want to take that, but I forget how it's done necessarily in this game. I want to say you just kind of wait off camera for a minute. Yes! Wait off camera a few seconds there, keep scrolling. You may notice there's no Warp Star there. And what does that mean? The start of a tradition that would kind of grow a little excessive as the series went on, but this is in fact the very first Hal Room in the series. And unlike more recent Kirby games where there's sometimes multiple, there's only one Hal Room in this game, and it's here. Not really much else to it than that. There's no secret abilities or anything. I think future Hal Rooms usually have some sort of secret there, but yeah. I swear to God, not every level has a secret like that, but yeah. We have our first mini-boss here, which is, like Kirby's Dream Land 1, it's Poppy Bros Sr. And he's pretty easy. Beating him, though, does in fact give you the Crash ability. This is a pretty rare one. It's a one-use screen nuke that, well, basically just annihilates anything on screen. Pretty good ability, all things considered. But, yeah. Pretty good. The rest of this level is pretty straightforward. There's some health down here that I need to actually do that in order to get. Poppy doesn't actually give any sort of ability in this game. In later Kirby games, they kind of make Poppy synonymous with a different ability, but not so much in this game. That ability was not a thing until a future Kirby game. But yeah, other than that though, kind of just standard Kirby affair with this level here. I mean, there's most of this game really is kind of just standard Kirby affair, but I think that's why I like it so much, because I'd say this is where the Kirby series really got great, and it says that a lot when this is only the second main Kirby game, but yeah, I remember, I guess I can talk about this now. There was a remake of this game on the Game Boy Advance called Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. That was actually my very first Kirby game, so this has a lot of nostalgia for me, even though I wouldn't play the NES version of this game or even really be aware of it much until the Wii Virtual Console. But believe it or not, actually, in spite of like that nostalgia, I actually think I still prefer the NES version of this, believe it or not. There's something about it just, I don't know, something about this game I just like more than Nightmare in Dreamland, and I can't really explain why, but the GBA version's perfectly fine, though. It's a really solid, like, visual upgrade to this game that I definitely would say I could recommend as, like, a first Kirby game, because it definitely worked for me a lot as well. And it has some neat little bonuses that I'll talk about later in, like, an extras video. There's not really so many extras in a lot of other Kirby games, but there's quite a bit in this game that, and Nightmare in Dreamland, that I could definitely talk about, so yeah, I definitely will be sure to mention those things when they kind of become applicable here. And that's pretty much it for this level here. A lot of the levels in this game are insanely short. Insanely short. I remember a long time ago, a long time ago, sorry, I was just taking a drink of my water there. I actually once tried to make a video of, I guess the start of a walkthrough of this game, like, a long time ago, and I don't think it had commentary at all, but I don't think this first world took me more than, like, it was less than the 10-minute time limit, basically, but that was just probably me powering through everything. Anyways, this area here is in every world. There's a museum that has different abilities in them. You can just kind of get a free ability from that. Nothing too fancy there or too crazy. And this level here, kind of jump up, we can sort of see what this... I kind of did that there. You can actually spawn this guy in without jumping up here, but this is Mr. Frosty. And if you defeat him, he actually gives you the freeze ability. For those who've never played this game or Kirby Air Ride, which, by the way, God, I'm so excited that's finally getting a sequel. Yeah, Freeze Kirby's kind of one of those abilities that is kind of forgotten, but for good reason, because starting in later games, there was a number of abilities that got, like, merged, and you kind of saw me using two different fire abilities earlier. In this game, there's Fire and Fireball. Fireball is sometimes known as Burning Kirby. Those got merged at a certain point as well, similar to Freeze Kirby getting merged with Ice Kirby, and that's a interesting face there. So, yeah, this game was actually also the first introduction of another main character to this series named Meta Knight. And okay, I'm surprised I didn't, like... Oh, shoot. I kind of want my freeze for this here. I kind of wanted my freeze for this here, but... Oh, well. I think I will quickly refight Mr. Frosty there, because I want to show something there. Yeah, this was Meta Knight's first Kirby game here. He'll have more significance kind of as the series goes on, but I want to show something off here, so let me grab... I can honestly do it with this here, too, but... I said I wanted to do it with freeze, so... Yep, there's me spawning in Mr. Frosty there. Pretty easy, but one really nice thing about this game is that, unlike so many other games nowadays, if you do anything in a level, you can just exit the stage right then and there, and it'll account for your progress there. I won't start seeing this until, like, World 3, but there are some levels that will have alternate objectives that we have to do, and... yeah, if you kind of do the start and select trick, you can just exit from there too, which is such a good thing, and why didn't no other games other than this and Donkey Kong Country get that mentality right? Like, oh man, this game was ahead of its time, it really was. Anyways, the first boss, say it with me, it's Wispy Woods, again. And unlike what we fought last time, he is really easy. Not the cracked up extra mode version Wispy that we fought before. But yeah, that's actually gonna do it for this first video of Kirby's Adventure here. I know it might seem like it was kind of a short one. I don't think every video will take one, or every world will be one video, but for this first one, I mean, there's not really a lot to say to Vegetable Valley, other than I love the music in it, so join us back next time for the start of World 2, which is Ice Cream Island. I'll see you guys for that then. Have yourselves a great day. If you like this video, please be sure to leave a thumbs up. Have yourselves a great day, and peace out.